This means a lot. Honestly, thank you so very much for this huge honor. This is a privilege to me. Whenever I get asked about my career, I'm always certain to make sure that I mention that the stepping stone for all of this to kick off was with Channel 31. Without C31, I would not be doing what I'm doing today, and I'm so appreciative for the start I got. It means the world. Because it all happened, I was doing a stand-up spot in a comedy club. I got spotted by a producer who said, we're making a show, and before I knew it, I'm hosting The Loft Live for 31 in 1996. My God. And that's when I found my passion. That's when I found what I wanted to do. I'd been doing comedy. I knew I wanted to perform. I was enamored by the genre of television, but I hadn't found my lane. I didn't know what it was until I was sitting behind a desk that I think someone just picked up off the nature strip on Hard Rubbish Day, sitting on second-hand furniture with a set that was constructed from other television shows, offcuts that had been taken out of the network skips, being filmed on equipment that was already archaic back then, in the hands of volunteers who had never seen a television camera before, as we tried to do a live television show once a week. And if that doesn't scream Channel 31, then dear God, I don't know what does. And it was the best. And that's when I discovered this is what I want to do. And I knew that this was the place to do it. And there were times when it taught me everything I needed to know for the future. This is what's so great about 31. It's the breeding ground. It's the fact that if anything's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong on Channel 31. How the fish tank never leaked, I don't know. We had on our very first show, our very first guest did not show up. I am too professional and mature now to tell you that person's name, but it was John Safran. We had an episode where a light exploded behind me midway through my opening monologue. Another episode where this entire sound desk decided, I don't care anymore, and stopped working. I'm midway through an interview with a guest, and the floor manager's just talking out loud to me instead of doing all the normal gestures we would do. And I'm trying to ignore them, thinking, this is grossly unprofessional. Before they just went, no one can hear you. So I tried to get through the rest of the show, writing what I was thinking onto pieces of paper and holding them up on camera before mercifully going to a commercial break, which was really just for the racers. Let's be honest, they're the only ones who had money. But that's how I learned what I wanted to do. And sure, there were times when, because of all of that, I was sitting there thinking, I really honestly and genuinely wonder if I got up and just walked off set right now, would anyone care? Is anyone actually watching this? And it was really important because I get the same feeling now hosting a show on Channel 10. It is tough out there, people. But more important than the skills, more important than finding out what my real calling was, it was the friendships. It was the relationships. It's people like Adam, who I'd known and really got to work with properly for the first time. Peter Hellier and I, as much as we had known each other, worked properly. Kim Hope as well. And even behind the scenes, some of my old team are here tonight. Amber Kane, who was my original producer when we started the show, the one who spotted me in the stand-up room, went on to become my producer at Channel 10. I went, this woman is too good to leave behind. I'm sorry, 31. And she's still one of my dearest friends. And I know a lot of you in the room today, you're not just contemporaries, you're also friends. You've just got these wonderful histories and these wonderful relationships. You've been in the trenches together, and that's something that you should really cherish and hold dear. Now, for all the jokes I make about people not watching, it turns out people were watching. And I went from, after 3 years hosting The Loft, I went from Channel 31 to the #1 network in the country, Channel 9. And when I went in for my first meeting, they said, so what do you want to do? And I said, I want to do what I'm doing on 31, but where more people can see it. Because I was so proud of the little show that we made. It was important to me that 31 wasn't seen as, well, that frivolous thing where people just kind of muck around and it's all held together with sticky tape, but it doesn't really matter and it's not really that important. But it was, and it is. And I'd like to think that we proved that. With a bit of money, it helps, but still we were making the show that we wanted to make, and I learnt that from 31. So to all of you in the room, just follow your dreams. I'm so glad that you're all here. I'm so glad it's still happening. The news that we have a streaming service now, I think is incredible, because as part of the project, I'm pretty sure we've done 3 stories on the end of 31 in the last few years. And even coming here tonight to say I was being inducted to the Hall of Fame, people were like, 31, is that still a thing? So the fact that it's still out there, the fact that yes, there's TikTok, yes, there's YouTube, we all know that, but nothing teaches you what you need to know to be in this business like Channel 31. So to all of you that are out there, I've been talking to some of you, whether you're a 12-year-old Serbian comedian who's looking to do her own interview program, or a guy who is making an incredible doco series about the plight of fatherless African Australians in the Melbourne community. I applaud all of you. Keep trying to tell your stories. Keep trying to find your dream. Keep trying to find your passion, because 31 can make it possible. So thank you very much. This is an absolute honour, only equalled by how honoured I am to say I am 31 alumni. So thank you very much. And say hi to your mum for me.